As we all know, childhood at times can be tough. A great deal has been discussed about the challenges and the effects of bullying in the classrooms and through social media. But what about the bullying a child can endure at home from a sibling? Join me this morning to discuss this is Dr. Avidan Milevsky, a psychotherapist. He's author as well of a new book on sibling relationships. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Marianne. I appreciate it.
Now, this is a new perspective. You don't think about your child being bullied by a sibling, or do you think it's just the normal squabbling between your kids?
So
how do you know the difference?
It's important to differentiate between sibling bullying and just the normal sibling fighting, which is actually healthy for children. So when it's persistent and it's involving psychological and emotional abuse as well, that's something that parents have to look after. But the bottom line is, when siblings fight, it's actually an opportunity for parents to swoop in there and teach them conflict resolution strategies.
Now, how do you tell the difference, though? How do you identify if a sibling is bullying another versus they're just
So when
fighting?
parents are there, the bottom line is they're going to know when it's crossed that line. So when three and 5-year-olds are fighting over a truck, that's obviously not sibling bullying. But if it's persistent over a long period of time, several years, and it's involving alienating them or involving themselves in their friend relationship, so it's obviously crossing that line from just that normal sibling fighting, which is healthy, and then sibling bullying, which is definitely linked with some negative psychological well-being.
And I would have to assume it would be somewhat covert. They're not going to do it right in front of the parents, are they?
Definitely, not the more intense one. So you may find over the dinner table these minor interactions that are definitely negative, but it's that covert. They may even go online and post things on their Facebook, which then it really crosses over into sibling bullying, which is definitely going to be psychologically damaging.
Is it more psychologically damaging to a child to have their brother or sister do this to them rather than a stranger?
So there's this one recent study that suggests that yes, because it's all the time there. It's in the evenings, it's over weekends, it's over family trips. And in some way, when you're in school, obviously with the online thing, it's a little bit more complicated. When you're in school, it's limited in some way.
But it's not about the trust factor, that you would trust a family member to protect and take care of you, not so much turn against
That
you.
is going to be a part of it. So you expect some kind of sibling relationship to exist and to protect you in some way. And then if they're the ones who are engaging in this abuse, it's definitely going to be damaging.
Very quickly, you had some tips.
Yes, parents can definitely use sibling fighting to teach them how to actually fight or conflict resolution. So for example, number one, if there's an overall sense of warmth in the family, how parents talk to each other, what happens during the dinner discussion, kids see that and they're going to apply that to their siblings as well.
Okay.
Number two, it's very important to not identify children similarly. So it's what's referred to as de-identification. You don't want to dress the kids the same. You don't want them to be involved in the same extracurricular activities. They shouldn't be involved in the same academic excellence.
Okay.
You want them to have their own identities. Number three is it's very, very important not to favor one child over the other. We all have it maybe internally, but it's important that behaviorally, it's not actually showing that you're favoring one or the other.
And then the last one.
The last one, most importantly, is when they do fight, you have to intervene cautiously. When they're younger, teach them how to fight. Teach them, well, what's the perspective of the other kid? But when they get 12, 13, 14, pull back, let them fight it out and learn and apply the messages you taught them early on in life.
Some good things to think about. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's a fresh approach, something to keep your eyes out on. Well, from bullying to just bulls, that famous run dashes its way to America the way organizers tried to keep everyone safe.